In our ongoing Boomtown series, we focus on the growth happening right here in the inland Northwest.
But when we look back at Spokane's past, we can find that it isn't our first time being a boomtown. KREM 2's Cody Proctor is rewinding the film tonight to take us back to the boomtown of Expo 74.
There's nothing quite like a Spokane spring at Riverfront Park. From the falls, to the fountain, to the fun. This downtown spot's one of the places to be in the Lilac City.
But all around Riverfront Park are reminders, remnants, such as the pavilion of a major event that brought the world right to Spokane's front door.
So let's rewind the film back to 1974.
From Spokane, USA, Expo 74 presents
Back
the World's Fair.
to one of Spokane's first boomtowns.
I always refer to Expo as one of the two big moments in Spokane's kind of landscape history. The first being the fire in 1889, which burns down the entire downtown core, and the second being the fair.
The 1974 World's Fair brought major change to downtown Spokane, transforming the banks of the Spokane River from industry to recreation. But change doesn't happen overnight.
This really started about 3 years before that in our office.
That's Hope Fulweiler. Now in her 90s, she worked in the Spokane City Manager's office as plans first started being worked up to bring the World's Fair to Spokane. The bid was the brainchild of urban developer King Cole, brought in by the group Spokane Unlimited.
In my mind, I thought, Spokane and a World's Fair? There's no way.
Looking at Spokane's downtown landscape at the time, the doubts aren't surprising. Before 1972, a tapestry of train tracks and 2 levels of trestles weaved across where Riverfront Park now sits.
You didn't know the river was there unless you went to the bank of it to see it.
According to Anna Harbine, who works as a Johnston Fix curator of archives and special collections at the MAC, Fulweiler wasn't the only skeptic.
When King Cole would bring it up, people would just kind of laugh at him and be like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, sure.
But after getting the bid from the Bureau of International Expositions, the real work began, from getting the money.
They kept trying to pass a levy and a bond, and these bond issues kept failing.
To getting the land. Mike Koblick, who worked as the director of performing and visual arts for Expo 74, says the biggest miracle turned out to be the railroads leaving the area years before they had to.
They moved at their expense off of that property and donated that property to the city to become a park.
Construction began in 1972, but change isn't always good. In the process of building the fairgrounds, Trent Alley, a cultural hub for Spokane's international community, came down.
That area had started to flourish in the 1920s with Japanese and Chinese businesses, and there's no remnants of those. They were all torn down and turned into parking lots.
For an expo focused on environmental sustainability, concerns about the environment came up.
There were a lot of skeptics around, is this actually going to be environmentally good, or are you just using this to sell a bunch of tchotchkes?
But time and construction marched on until May 4th, 1974 arrived, when the World's Fair opened to a crowd of 85,000.
It is my high honor and privilege to declare Expo 74 officially open to all the citizens of the world.
At the time, Spokane was the smallest city in the world to host the fair. More than 5 million people walked the grounds during its 6-month run.
It just was a real chance of a lifetime to be part of that.
Gone were the rail yards. In its place, a new destination for future generations.
So when it comes to figuring out Spokane's future, sometimes we have to look to our past. Now, as for what or when our city's next boomtown will be, only time will tell. In downtown Spokane, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.